Let's talk about all the amazing things that I've gotten the privilege to do from being a content creator. I need to curl my hair because I'm about to get ready to film some videos for you guys, which is such a privilege that that's my job. With the current discourse online, being an influencer for a day / Spirit Airlines gate, it would be fun to spread some positivity and some acknowledgement of like all of the privilege that I've gotten from doing social media. The first privilege that I ever got from social media was the ability to receive PR. And when I tell you that this is still one of my favorite privileges that I'm so grateful for, I remember growing up watching these people on YouTube do these huge PR unboxings, and I thought, how cool would it be to get sent free products from my favorite brands? And now I get sent free products from my favorite brands, and it's still so surreal to me. Not only are you getting all of these new products, and you typically get sent products before they even launch, it's also a really big money saver. So not only are you making like a lot of money from social media, but you don't have to go out and spend a bunch of money on products if you don't want to, simply because these products are being sent to you. And I feel like that's a privilege that a lot of people forget about. I've been getting PR for about 3 to 4 years now, and I'm still so grateful for every single package. Even if it's something that I can't use, even if it's something that isn't for my skin type, I'm still so grateful for the fact that I get a little treat showing up at my door. Obviously, a super huge privilege is working with your favorite brands and getting to make money just from making a simple video. Very weird feeling to know you're making such a mass amount of money from such a simple task. In general, the input of what you're putting into social media versus the output, the marginal difference between those two things is so insane. It really does not take a lot of effort or work to make a video, especially to make a brand deal or an ad. Not to say that you aren't still working hard at doing it, but it's not hard, laborious, strenuous, long, physical labor when it comes to making a video. One of the easiest jobs in the world. Not only getting to work with the brands, but just the brand visibility you get from working with these brands and making these connections is something I'm literally so grateful for. I know people at these brands, and I've like met some of the people behind the brand. Let's talk experiences. I got to go on a brand trip to LA with Kosas. That is probably my favorite memory and my favorite thing I've ever done from having this job for a multitude of reasons. Number one, I never thought in my life I would be invited on a brand trip. Number two, I never thought in my life I would make it to LA. And number three, I never thought in my life I would be eating at Nobu. Literally at a place that a bunch of influencers would just like casually talk about in their vlogs. Never did I think I would step foot in a place like that, and I'm so grateful I got to do that. What may be a normal day for a Los Angeles influencer was the highlight of my life for a little Tennessee college girl who does social media as her job on the side. I got invited to go to a Sabrina Carpenter concert. Now I did end up going to the concert, just not with the brand. I couldn't bring my friend. They weren't doing +1s. I'd already made a commitment to my friends, so I didn't end up going with them, but I still got invited, and that's just crazy to me that I got invited to a concert at like my home stadium that I always go to concerts at. Like, that's insane. I got to go to CMA Fest with Celsius, not only a brand that I love and like use their products anyways, but I got to go to CMA Fest and meet a bunch of amazing people. I met Joey and Kelsey from The Bachelor. Like, what do you mean? I see money in my bank account that not many people my age ever see. Because of social media and because of the brand deals that I've been able to have, I got invited to go to a little private concert to one of my favorite artists, Kelsey Ballerini. Again, invited by Celsius, a brand that I love and already use naturally. I have had so many opportunities. I've been able to purchase designer things and things that I never dreamed I'd have the money to buy for myself, literally on a random Tuesday just because I want to. It's such a privilege, and I'm so thankful that I have people who watch me and allow me to do what I love to do. And honestly, one of my favorite privileges of the job that I have is that I have a community that talks to me and cares about me, takes time out of their day to send messages to me, to get to know me, consistently show up for me. There are some of you guys that I know by name because of how much you show up in my comments and you're here for me and you care and you watch. And to me, that is probably the biggest privilege of the entire job. As somebody who does this as a job, it's a hard watch to watch people say and do the things that they do online from such a privileged place, especially because I know the privilege that they're coming from. I actually don't even know the amount of privilege that this person's coming from. That amount of privilege is unsurpassable. I mean, that's millions and millions of dollars of privilege. I do understand that if you've never had a real job or any other type of job, it's hard for you to conceptualize the amount of privilege that you have. Really only able to relate and conceptualize with your reality, and if that's the only reality you've ever known, it's going to be very hard for you to understand what normal people go through. But coming from someone who had normal jobs, I worked at Suntan City, a little boutique in my town. Not to say that I like worked a super strenuous job. Those were both very simple and like pretty easy jobs in my opinion. I think it's absolutely wild to watch some of these influencers whine and complain about the privilege of their life that they have. And yeah, you have the trade-off of social media of like people hating on you. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to excuse people just hating on people online for no reason, but if I can make millions of dollars at home and people say the most egregious and hateful things to me, I'd take it every single day because having money is such a privilege. Just because you have privilege doesn't mean that anyone else is entitled to the privilege that you have. It doesn't mean you have to pay people things, you have to do things for people. You should never blast that online, especially with the state of the world and the state of the economy. There are so many people hurting and in trouble every single day. why not help people if you can? I get very similar messages of people asking for help, people telling me their house burned down, people telling me like this is going on in their life, they can't afford this. I have and I do try to help people when I can. Obviously, I'm still trying to save up and like prepare for my life, so I help when I can, but that's not something I ever post about. You should never blast someone online for needing help, and you also shouldn't come online bragging about the help that you're doing. That's just something as a good citizen of America that you should be doing, that we all collectively should be doing to help one another out, because we're all human and we all have to live on this earth together and deal with the things that are going on. I thought it'd be fun to tell you guys the things that I'm so grateful for, because I understand that without the Lord and without you guys, I would have none of this. I would have none of these experiences. And if all of this got taken away today, and never got to experience any of the privilege that comes from this job ever again, I would still consider myself way more privileged than anybody else I know, because I've gotten to experience these things. I'm just grateful for it, and I never want it to get lost on me that the reason I have this job is because of the Lord and because of you guys. That's literally it. It's nothing amazing that I do. I'm not super special. It is all thanks to the Lord and all thanks to you. So thank you guys for letting me have my dream job. That's just my 2 cents on the matter. We should all be a little bit more grateful, especially if you are in a position like I am. I love you guys so much. Bye.